A story that initially appeared to be nothing more than a television anecdote about family tradition has quickly developed into a much broader debate over history, celebrity responsibility, and the way South Korean society confronts the complicated legacy of the colonial era. Actress Hanyang is now at the center of controversy after comments about her family on KBS2 TV's Problem Child in House on August 7 led the public to investigate the history of her great-grandfather, physician Ahn Sang Ho. During the program, Hanyang introduced her family as a four-generation medical family. She explained that her great-grandfather had studied Western medicine in Japan, later returned to Korea and opened a medical practice in Hanyang, and had treated Emperor Gojong. At first, the story appeared to highlight a long-standing family medical tradition. However, after the broadcast, Ahn Sang Ho's identity attracted public attention, prompting renewed scrutiny of his historical record. The most significant point of controversy emerged from a 1916 record identifying Ahn Sang Ho as a council member of the Daejeong Fellowship Association. The existence of this document has intensified questions about his connections to Japan during the colonial period. Importantly, the issue cannot simply be reduced to the presence of a title in a historical document. The deeper question concerns how an individual's actions should be interpreted within the complicated political environment of the time, when Japan exercised colonial control over Korea and opportunities for professional advancement were shaped by that system. The response from Hanyang's agency, BISTUS Entertainment, subsequently became another major part of the controversy. The agency initially described the allegations as groundless. However, after conducting additional checks, it acknowledged that the historical record concerning Ahn Sang Ho did in fact exist and publicly apologized for reaching its initial conclusion before sufficiently verifying the information. That reversal created an important communications problem. What began as a dispute about family history was transformed into a broader question about the reliability of information provided by the actress's agency. In controversies involving historical records, an inaccurate initial denial can sometimes generate even greater public skepticism than the original allegation itself. According to BISTUS Entertainment, Hanyang was deeply troubled by the situation. The agency explained that she had only mentioned her family's four-generation medical history while answering a question on television and had not intended to create controversy. It also stated that the actress takes the matter seriously and plans to approach her future activities with a more careful and humble attitude. Yet the controversy raises a difficult question: how much responsibility should a person bear for the actions of an ancestor, particularly when those actions took place generations before that person was born? This is what makes Hanyang's situation more complicated than an ordinary celebrity scandal. It would be unreasonable to automatically equate a descendant with the actions of an ancestor. A person cannot choose the family into which they are born, nor can they legally or morally be held responsible for every decision made by relatives who lived decades or generations earlier. At the same time, when family history is publicly presented as part of a story of achievement and heritage, it is inevitable that audiences may examine that history more closely. Once historical figures become part of a celebrity's public narrative, questions about their background can become part of the public conversation as well. Writer So Jae-won pushed the debate into an even deeper historical dimension. In a social media post on August 11, he criticized what he viewed as the glorification of people associated with pro-Japanese activities. He questioned whether descendants would speak proudly about such ancestors if Korea had dealt more decisively with collaborators following liberation. So also emphasized the sacrifices made by independence activists and their descendants. His comments demonstrate that the controversy surrounding Hanyang is no longer limited to one actress or one family. It has touched upon a much larger issue: how modern South Korea remembers, evaluates, and discusses individuals who were connected to Japan during the colonial era. That historical context explains why seemingly simple comments about a family legacy can trigger such a strong reaction. The debate is connected to unresolved questions about justice, memory, national identity, and historical responsibility. For many Koreans, the colonial period is not simply a distant chapter in a textbook. It remains deeply connected to family histories and collective memory. At the same time, distinguishing between verified facts and allegations is essential. BISTUS Entertainment has acknowledged that its initial statement regarding Ahn Sang Ho's documented affiliation with the Daejeong Fellowship Association was inaccurate. However, other allegations concerning his activities have not yet been fully resolved. Additional questions have also emerged regarding Hanyang's grandfather, physician Ahn Sang Ho, who was reportedly associated with Serakdo National Hospital during a period when serious human rights abuses were alleged to have occurred there. The agency has said it will examine the relevant records before providing definitive answers. For Hanyang herself, another unanswered question concerns whether she will issue a personal apology. When asked about her position regarding her great-grandfather's alleged activities and whether she would personally apologize, the agency said it needed to discuss the matter internally before responding. Meanwhile, Hanyang's professional career continues. She is currently starring in Netflix's Our Sticky Love and has also been confirmed for the second season of the Trauma Code, Heroes on Call, starring Joo Ji-hoon. Her promotional schedule has not been altered. In particular, Hanyang is still scheduled to participate in an interview promoting Our Sticky Love on August 14. BISTUS Entertainment confirmed that, as of now, there has been no change to her participation, while Netflix has reportedly communicated no changes concerning the series. This decision to maintain her schedule creates an interesting contrast. On one side is an increasingly intense historical debate, on the other is the machinery of the entertainment industry continuing to move forward. Hanyang remains a working actress with contractual obligations and ongoing projects, even as questions surrounding her family history remain unresolved. Ultimately, the Hanyang controversy may become less about the actress herself and more about how modern society handles inherited history. The central issue is not simply whether someone should be judged because of an ancestor. It is whether public figures, agencies, and audiences can discuss complicated historical legacies without rushing to either glorify or condemn before the evidence has been fully examined. For now, the most important development is that BISTUS Entertainment has acknowledged its initial mistake and agreed to investigate additional records. The historical questions surrounding Ahn Sang Ho remain under review, while questions regarding Ahn Sang Ho have yet to receive definitive answers. Hanyang's schedule may remain unchanged, but the conversation surrounding her family is clearly not over. And as the controversy develops, transparency, careful verification and historical context may prove far more important than any immediate attempt to control the headlines.